Alright, we are live. Last time I was really nervous about what am I going to do, but I think I'm confident enough today. And I have now one viewer that is watching me. That's really cool. At least I have one viewer at this point of time. Okay, it became to zero. Man, why did I even open my mouth? It is awesome. I'm hoping someone will text, but okay, let me brief to what are we doing today. So in the last stream, we did about FREECODECAMP HTML challenge. So today we are going to take a look at basics of CSS, and I think it will be fun. But it has 48 challenges if I'm not wrong, and this stream will be quite longer than the last stream, I guess. And I'm hoping to have a lot of fun. Let's see. Ah, the bot to see a stream elements bot. Should I play with the bot? Ah, okay, I've got one viewer. Okay. This is actually cool. I'm gonna check the YouTube Studio app on my phone. Yeah, capture moments. Wow. So we have 4 minutes before the stream starts. You wanna do something? Hey, my own viewer. You wanna do something? It's actually kind of interesting. Oh, I got 2 viewers. Nice. So I guess pretty much everyone is watching the IPL right now. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Today's match is kind of thrilling and interesting. Mm, my guess is RCB is going to win, but I think SRH might have an edge over here. Alright, let's say 18 runs and 12 balls. Oh, that's thrilling. This is one of the good qualifiers, I guess. Yesterday, Mumbai just washed out Delhi Capitals. That didn't feel good. So we have 2 minutes. So let's just see if anyone else is joining. It's actually interesting. Really. Wow. Those who watched my first stream, I was really pretty nervous, right? Actually didn't even turn on my video, and I was about to end my stream, and it actually began. And this YouTube guy, he already gave me a lot of problems. He was like, my streaming software was not connecting, and I'm actually pretty new to this. Yesterday was the time I learned about stream elements, and I did pretty much stuff I wanted to do. But YouTube was pissing me off, and I was really scared. And actually, some people who just helped me got me through the stream yesterday, and I got a little morale boost today, and I think I'll be fine. Looking forward to enjoying the stream, and I hope you to enjoy. And also, I hope someone else join in the middle, and we'll have quite a fun. Let me post an Instagram post and check what happens. Oh, I have made a story. Let's see what happens. Wait. I actually have a runny nose. I don't think it's corona. I'm fine. Well. We have 50 seconds. So it's about time we start. Okay. 20 seconds. I wish I could keep some sort of thrilling music that runs in the background. I just say it's time up and we can start streaming. Well, I guess we could do it in the next stream. Alright. So let's start the stream. What do you say? I actually kind of have poor lighting, but I adjusted some stuff to make it good look. So it look good. Alright, let's get started. So yeah, looking at basics of CSS over here. So let's just click on it and start. So what does it say? Introduction to basic CSS. Cool. Cascading style sheets tell the browser how to display the text and other content that you write in HTML. Wow. Not that CSS is case sensitive, so be careful with your capitalization. Well, HTML is not case sensitive, but CSS is case sensitive it seems. Okay, awesome. CSS has been adopted by all major browsers and allows you to control color, fonts, positioning, spacing, sizing, decorations, transition. Awesome. There are three main ways to apply CSS styling. You can apply inline style using inline styles directly to HTML elements with the style attribute. Alternatively, you can place CSS rules within style tags and file in an HTML document. Finally, you can write CSS rules in an external style sheet, then reference that file in an HTML document. Okay, even though the first two options have their use cases, most developers prefer external style sheets because they keep the styles separate from the HTML elements. Oh, cool. This improves the readability and reusability of your code. Yeah, obviously. The idea behind CSS is that you can use a selector to target an HTML element in the document object model and then apply a variety of attributes to that element to change the way it is displayed on the page. Cool. In this section, you'll see how adding CSS styles to the elements of your cat photo app can change it from simple text to something more. Yeah, if you don't remember, we built a simple cat photo app in your previous stream. So let's see what happens. Note, some browser extensions might interfere with the elements on the page. If the test failed, try disabling extensions for the most reliable experience. Cool. I don't have a lot of extensions. I just have dark word. Yeah, fine. We'll be fine, I guess. Alright, let's go to the first lesson. Okay, now let's change the color of our text. We can do this by changing the style of a HTML element. Cool. The property that is responsible for the color of an element's text is the color style property. Okay, cool. Here's how you would set your H2 elements text color to blue. H2 tab style equals to color blue and cat photo app. Okay, know that it is a good practice to end inline style decorations with a semicolon. Okay, change your H2 element style so that its text color is red. Okay, let's do this. We just have to say style equals to color red, and it worked. Let's hit control button center. Okay, we need to end it with a semicolon. And cool. Alright, we completed 2%. Well, let's start. Okay, basic CSS. Use CSS selectors to style elements. With CSS, there are hundreds of CSS properties that you can use to change the way an element looks in a page. Okay, when you enter the H2, style equals to color red, cat photo app, you are actually styling that individual H2 element with inline CSS, which stands for cascading style sheets. Cool. That's one way to specify the style of an element, but there's a better way to apply CSS. Whoa. At the top of your code, create a style block like this. Okay, style. Let's just read the question fully and then we'll start working on it. Inside that style block, you can create a CSS selector for all H2 elements. For example, if you wanted all H2 elements to be red, you would add a style that looks like, okay, style, and we're selecting the H2 tag, and inside it we are giving it the color red. Cool. Note that it's important to have both opening and closing curly braces, and around each element style rules, you also need to make sure that your element style definition is between the opening and closing style tags. Okay, cool. Finally, be sure to add a semicolon to the end of your element style rules. Okay. Delete your HT element style attribute and create a CSS instead. Okay, wow. Well, let me just do a quick chat of what is there anyone in the chat? Okay, I'm checking. Yeah, there's no one, I guess. Alright, cool. Let's do the task. Oh, sorry. Let's remove the style. And let's just go up here and add a style tag. and close style tag. Why are you indenting yourself? And let's just say H2 and color blue. Sorry. Awesome. And we did it. Alright, let's look at the next color. Okay, basic CSS. Use a CSS class to style an element. Classes are reusable styles that can be added to HTML elements. Here's an example CSS class declaration. Style dot blue text color blue. Okay, close style tag. You can see that we have created a CSS class called blue text within the style tag. Yeah. You can apply a class to an HTML element like h2 class equals to blue text cat for tab. Note that in your CSS style element, class names start with a period. In your HTML elements class attribute, the class name does not include the period. Okay. Inside your style element, change the h2 selector to dot red text and update the colors value from blue to red. And give your h2 element the class attribute of with the value of red text. Okay. We are going from element selectors to class selectors. Cool. Let's just say dot red text and color red. And we need to assign the class over here. Let's just say class equals to red text. And let's hit control press enter. You need to declare a red text class and have it set to red text. Alright, that's what we did, right? So we have the dot red text and color red. I think we did everything, but was it working? Maybe the semicolon. Alright, semicolon is very important, it seems. Alright, let's look at. Okay, again the donation thingy. Dude, I told you I'll definitely donate you when I get money. Okay? How much did I say? Forgot. Was it something 1,000? I forgot, 1,000 rupees or something. Not the $1,000. 1,000 rupees. I think that I'll donate that much. Alright, let's keep asking me later for now. Basic CSS styles, multiple elements with the CSS class. Cool. Classes allow you to use the same CSS style on multiple HTML elements. You can see this by applying your red text class to the first P element. Okay, classes allow you to use the same CSS style on multiple HTML elements. Yeah, we get it. So now what are we going to do is we are going to assign this class to a P tag. Class equals to red text. And that worked. Film warp 9 engage. Okay, alright, let's engage. Alright, basic CSS. Change the font size of an element. Okay, cool. Font size is controlled by the font size CSS property like this. H1 and font size of 30 pixels. Okay. Inside the same style tag contains your red text class. Create an entry for P elements and set the font size to 16 pixels. Cool. So now we need to create a font P sorter and we need to set the font to 16 pixels. Alright. Yes, we are unstoppable. Okay. Basic CSS. Set the font family of an element. Okay. You can set which font an element should use by using font family property. For example, if you wanted to set your H2 elements to sans serif, you would use the following CSS. H2 of font family sans serif. Okay. Make all of your P elements to use the monospace. Okay, alright, let's use it. We already have the P selected over here, so let's just say font family monospace. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we can see the font change on the right hand side. Cool. Here's looking at you code exclamation mark. I don't know what that means. Alright, let's keep going forward. Basic CSS. Import a Google font. Awesome. In addition to specifying common fonts that are found on most operating systems, we can also specify a non-standard custom web fonts for use on your website. There are many sources for web fonts on the internet. For example, we will focus on the Google Fonts library. Okay, so how do you think fonts work actually? So in the operating system, we have some predefined fonts. What they are saying over here is we can use web fonts. That is, Google has some fonts in Google fonts.google.com. Yeah, they have given the link, and we can use their fonts in our web page. But I wouldn't advise on using too much fonts because it might slow your loading of the web page. You pick a font and use it throughout your web page, or at least that's what I believe. So I don't think I'm the best developer out here, but that's my advice to you. Alright, let's keep doing the challenge. Google Fonts is a free library of web fonts that you can use in your CSS by referring the fonts URL. Cool. So let's go ahead and import and apply a Google font. Note that if Google is blocked in your country, you will need to skip this challenge. Okay, to import a Google font, you can copy the fonts URL from the Google Fonts library and then paste it into your HTML. For this challenge, we will import the lobster font. Okay, to do this, copy the following code snippet and paste it in the top of your code editor. Okay, just for the sake of fun, let's go check out lobster over here. Oh, right, it's a cool font actually. Does it look like calligraphy for you? I'm not good with fonts actually. I'm not a great designer. Okay, let's just copy this over here. And let's paste it on the top of the HTML page, I guess. Okay, and now you can use the font, use the lobster font in your CSS by using lobster as a font family name. As in the following example, font family, family name, family underscore name, and generic underscore name. Cool. The generic name is optional and is a fallback in the case of the other font is not specified. Okay, this is covered in the next challenge. Okay, family names are case sensitive and need to be wrapped in quotes. If there is a space in the name, for example, you need to quotes to use the open sans font but not to use the lobster font. Okay, fine. Let's change it to lobster. That's the task. Wait, I didn't quite understand this last one. Family names are case sensitive and need to be wrapped in quotes. Okay, if there is a space in the name, for example, you need to use quotes. Okay, if there's a space, we need to use quotes, but not for the lobster font. Okay, understand. And I need to specify a generic name, right? What do you say? Monospace. Alright, let's not specify a generic name and see what happens. Okay, it doesn't work. So let's say monospace. Alright, it shouldn't work. H2 element should use the font lobster. You should only use an H2 element. Select to change the font. Okay, cool. I did the same thing, right? So lobster, I think everything's right. Let's see what happens. Let's just reset. Okay, monospace is there. So I'm just gonna go over here and say lobster, comma. Oh, why doesn't it? Okay, sorry, I'm doing it in the p tag. I'm really sorry. Okay, let's select our H2 and let's just say font family on lobster. You should import the font lobster. Okay. Let's just do this. Okay. Powers are combined. With whom, dude? Okay, fine. Let's go on to the next challenge. Basic CSS. Specify how fonts should degrade. Okay. There are several default fonts that are available in all browsers. These generic font families include monospace, serif, and sans serif. Okay. When one font isn't available, you can tell the browser to degrade to another font. Okay, cool. For example, if you wanted an element to use a Helvetica font but degrade to sans serif font, when the Helvetica font isn't available, you will specify it as follows. Okay. P tag of font family Helvetica sans serif. Okay. Generic font family names are not case sensitive. Also, they don't need quotes because they are CSS keywords. Okay. To begin, apply the monospace font to the H2 element so that it has two fonts, lobster and monospace. Okay, we already did that, I guess. Okay, we only had lobster. And in the last challenge, you imported the lobster font using the link tag. Now comment out that import on the lobster font using the HTML comments you learned before from the Google fonts. So it is available anymore. Notice now your H2 element degrades to monospace font. Note, if you have lobster font installed in your computer, you won't see the degradation because your browser is able to find the font. I don't think I have lobster in my laptop. Let's do this. Okay, I don't think I have any. Alright, I don't have lobster in my laptop, so let's just Control Enter. The term is now right. Okay, fine. And we are at 18%. Alright, let's move on. And let's also close this tab. Alright, basic CSS size your images. Okay, the CSS has a property called width that controls an element width, just like with fonts. We'll use pixels to specify the image's width. Okay, for example, if you wanted to create a CSS class called larger image that gave HTML elements of width of 500 pixels, we use that larger image of width 500 pixels. Okay, create a class called smaller image and use it to resize the image that's only 100 pixels wide. Cool. Okay, so let's just say a class smaller image and with this 100 pixels. Do I need to apply it to the image? That's what I want to check. Yeah, we need to upload, let's just say, smaller image over here. Okay, that doesn't work, yes. No. Oh, sorry. I'm doing it in the H2 tab. Let's move on to the image and let's just say, what is with me today? I'm doing lots of things wrong. Smaller image. And we see the size change. And we have the power of the grayscale. Well, awesome. Basic CSS. Add borders around your elements. CSS borders have properties like style, color, and width. For example, if you wanted to create a red 5 pixel border around an HTML element, we could use this class. Okay. Inside style tag, we have thin red border class with the border color of red, border width of 5 pixels, and the border state of solid. Cool. And create a class. And we can create a class called thick green border. This class should apply a 10 pixel solid green border around the HTML element. Apply the class to your CAD photo. Okay. And remember that you can apply multiple classes to an element using its class attribute by separating each name with a space. For example, image class 1 is equals to class equals class 1 plus class 2. Cool. And I apologize for my cold. I have a bit of cold. I'm sorry for that. Alright, thick green border. Why I went live stream today in spite of the cold is like we really want to get this stuff done. I'm not feeling that bad. I'm fine. Green. And we need for 10 pixels. Okay. Let's just say border width. And a border style of solid. Okay. Why need to okay. Everything should have ended with a semicolon. Where that come on. Okay, I was working with JavaScript objects and I was confused with them. I'm sorry with the common practice. Alright, let's add this class to the image. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, let's just say thin green border, I guess. Thick green border. Alright, it worked. Okay, let me do a quick check of what's the score today. Okay, SRH won by 2 wickets, awesome. But I really feel bad for Virat Kohli. Okay, but it's really awesome. It's a close showdown, I guess. Let me watch the IPL highlights later. Alright, let's move on to the next challenge. Standing ovation. Thank you. Alright. Add rounded corners with border radius. Okay. Apologize. Your CAD photo currently has sharp corners. Okay. We can round out these corners with the CSS property called border radius. Okay. Okay. I'm really sorry. I'm not feeling well, I guess. Maybe I should end the stream. I guess. Is anyone watching? Okay, let me keep going. You can specify a border radius with pixels. Give your CAD a photo of border radius of 10 pixels. Okay. This change allows for multiple possible solutions. For example, you may add a border radius to either dot thick green border class or the smaller image class. Okay. Okay. So let's just say border radius over here. So that would be appropriate. Why would I add it on the smaller image class? Because it might clash in case we have future and different images, right? So border radius of 10 pixels. Oh, look at that. It's smooth. Alright, that's it, control presented. That's the way it's done. Okay. It's not actually a very big task, but it's actually cool to see a smooth edge than a pointed edge. Alright, I would have kicked my mic out of my desk. Thank God it didn't fall. Alright, let's get to the next challenge. In addition to the pixels, you can specify the border radius using a percentage. Okay, I'm just gonna quick check that. Are we live streaming? So is everyone there and is everyone fine? Is there anyone actually over here? Getting kind of bored with no one. Oh boy. Is there anyone? Hello? No. Okay, let's close this and wait a second. I'm checking if anyone is there. You can do a quick ping chat, maybe. I'll know you're there. Alright. So no one's there, I guess. Cool. Let's just adjust. Okay, we have 1 people watching right now. All right. So I'm gonna switch to chat. And okay, I have a little issue with my camera, I guess. Okay, I think they should solve this. Righty, all right. Yeah, they should pretty much do the trick, I guess. Okay, so what do we have here? Make circular images with a border radius. In addition to pixels, you can also specify the border radius using a percentage. Boo. Give your fat photo a border radius of 50 percentage. Okay, why don't we do that? 50 percentage. Wow, pretty neat, right? It's actually a good circle. It's like a profile picture or sort of thing. It's awesome. This is what Facebook uses. I don't know, man. All right, to the nines. Brooklyn 99. I don't know. Maybe it's that to the 99. Basic CSS. Give a background element to a div element. You can set an element's background color with a background color property. Okay. For example, if you want an element's background color to be green, you would put this within your style element. The green background color colon green. Okay. So what is that? Create a class called silver background with a background color of silver. Okay. Assign this to a div element. Silver. That's interesting. Silver background. Let's just say background color silver. And let's assign it to class to div. Div. Okay. And class equals to silver background. Oh shit. So within your style element, blah blah blah. Let's see what we do. We have silver background. Instead of that, we can. Okay, we are crushing it. Awesome. The background really looks cool. Alright, let's look at the next challenge. Basic CSS. Set the ID of an element. Okay, in addition to classes, each element can also have an ID. There are several benefits to using ID attribute. You can use an ID to style an element, style a single element, and later you will learn that you can use them to select and modify specific elements with JavaScript. Okay. I'm sorry. ID attribute should be unique. Browsers won't enforce this, but it is a widely agreed upon best practice. So please don't give more than one element the same ID attribute. Here's an example of how you give your H2 element an ID of cat photo. So let's just say, so what do we do? We need to give the form like ID of cat photo form. Okay, let's do that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna apologize for my sneeze, I guess. Okay, then come. Fine. Let's just give an ID. Let's just say cat photo form. Alright. It's on like Donkey Kong. Oh, what the hell does that mean anyway? Does anyone know what reference is it? Let's keep going. That's actually only one viewer and I have got no response. Let me just send a hi in chat. Did it come through? Bloopers. Okay. One cool thing about ID attribute is that classes. Okay, use an ID attribute to style an element. Okay, we'll style it. One cool thing that ID attributes is like classes, you can style them using CSS. Okay. However, an ID is not reusable and should be applied to one element. Actually, it's not enforced by browsers as said in the previous task. We just use it as a common practice. Okay, an ID also has a higher specificity, importance than a class. So if both are applied to the same element and have conflicting styles, the styles of the ID will be applied. Okay, cool. Here's an example of how can you take your element with the ID attribute of the cat photo element and give it a background color of green. In a style element, let's just say hashtag cat photo element. Okay. Note that in your style element, you can always reference classes by putting a dot in front of their names, and you can reference IDs by putting a hash in front of the names. Cool. Now try giving a form which now has an ID attribute of cat photo form. Yeah, green background. Okay. I'll just do cat photo form. And let's just say background color. Green. Alright, that worked. So let's hit enter. We have a lift off. Cool. Alright, basic CSS. Adjusting the padding of an element. Now let's put our cat photo away for a little while and learn more about styling HTML. Cool. You may have already noticed this, but all HTML elements are essentially little rectangles. Okay. Now, the three important properties control the space that surrounds each HTML elements are padding. Okay, padding. Border. Where's the border? I think the black color is the border. And the margin. Yeah, the other thing is the margin. An element's padding controls the amount of space between the element's content and its border. Okay. Here we can see that the blue box and the red box are nested within the yellow box. Note that the red box has more padding than the blue box. Okay, when you decrease the blue box padding, it will increase the distance between the text and the border around it. Okay, change the padding of your blue box to match that of your red box. Change the padding of your blue box to match that of a red box. Okay, where's the blue box? And I think change to 20 pixels should be fine. Yeah, we did it. Bullseye. Let's set control center. I'm sorry. Okay. Basic CSS. Adjust the margin of an element. An element's margin controls the amount of space between the element's border surrounding the elements. Okay. Here we can see that the blue box and the red box are nested within the yellow box. Note that the red box has a bigger margin than the blue box and making it appear smaller. Okay. When you increase the blue box margin, it will increase the distance between its border and the surrounding elements. Okay. Change the margin of the blue box that of to match the red box. Right. I'm sorry. We need to change the margin of the blue box. Okay. And I think that should work. Yeah, that worked. I gotta have more than cowbell. Uh, why don't I understand any reference? Oh man, I think I'm seriously sick. Let me just complete the stream quickly. Okay. Basic CSS. Add negative margin to an element. An element's margin controls the amount of space between elements, border, and surrounding elements. I'm sorry. If you set an element's margin to a negative value, the element will grow larger. To set the margin of a negative value, like the one for the red box, change the margin of the blue box to minus 15 pixels. So it fills out the entire horizontal width of your yellow box. Okay, cool. Sorry once again. Okay. So let's go back and let's see. Margin controls, okay. If you set the elements margin, okay. We need to change the element margin of the blue box to minus 15. Okay, let's just do this. And it worked. Awesome. Fast with flying colors. Okay, cool. Basic CSS. Okay, sorry. It comes again. Oh boy, I think really sick. What's happening to me? Okay, sometimes you'll want to customize an element so that it has different amounts of padding on each of its sides. Okay. CSS allows you to control the padding of all 4 individual sides of an element with the padding top, padding right, padding bottom, and padding left properties. Okay. Give the blue box a padding of 40 pixels on its top and left, but only 20 pixels on the bottom and right. Okay, so we have to write padding top, padding right. Okay. I'm sorry once again. So we will give the blue box a padding of 40 pixels on its top and left. Where is this? Where's the blue box? Okay. I just say padding top. 40 pixels. And padding left. 40 pixels. And padding bottom 120 pixels. And padding right 120 pixels. And I think that settled that. Yeah, it did. And the way the padding changes is really cool. Sometimes you'll want to, okay, add different margins to each side of an element, okay? Just like the padding, I guess. Sometimes you'll want to customize an element so that it has different margins on each sides. CSS allows you to control the margin of all 4 individual sizes of an element with margin top, margin right, margin bottom, and margin of properties. Okay. Give the blue box a margin of 40 pixels on its top and left side, but 20 pixels on its bottom and right side. Okay. I don't know how. Okay, I know I might be disgusting to watch because I'm so pathetic with my cold. I think I'm gonna stop the stream, but I want to keep going because it's just my second stream, and if I stop, I don't think it'll be fine. What do you say? If anyone's there, please give me some advice. I'm really confused. Right, these are pretty simple tasks. I can handle them, but I just want to know the user experience of how do you want to watch my stream, right? So if no one's watching, what's the point of me doing a stream, right? So that's why I want the user feedback, but no one's there. I hope someday someone is watching my stream and we can have a quick chat. Well, I'm a great fan of Rolling Pop. If you don't know, is actually a good live code streamer, and he's just awesome in his coding. Well, I'm not equal to him, but actually, let's see. I aim to become like him. We'll see what happens. Okay, you gotta code him on. Okay, sorry. Basic CSS. Use clockwise notation to specify the padding of an element. Instead of specifying element's padding, top, padding right, padding bottom, padding left properties individually, you can specify them all in one line like this. Okay. These four values work like a clock. Top, right, bottom, left. Okay, top, right, bottom, left, and will produce the exact same results using the site-specific padding instructions. Okay. Use clockwise notation to give the blue box a class padding of 40 pixels on its top and left side, but 20 pixels on its bottom and right side. Okay, blue box. Let's go to the blue box and let's just say padding. So on the top, we need to give 40 pixels. Okay, top right, I guess. Top right. Sorry, right, and it's 20 pixels. Bottom, top right, bottom. So it's again a 40 pixels. No, it's again a 20 pixels and a 40 pixels. Sorry. 40 pixels. I guess that's correct. Yeah, Helmwalk 9 engage. So what the fuck is that? Alright. Basic CSS use clockwise notation to specify the margin of an element. Oh, cool. Just like the last time. Let's try this again, but with margin this time. Instead of specifying an element's margin top, margin right, margin bottom, and margin left properties individually, you can specify them all in one line, like margin of 10 pixels, 20 pixels, 10 pixels, and 20 pixels. Okay. These four values work like a clock. Top, right, bottom, left, and will produce the exact same results as using the site-specific margin instructions. Okay. Use clockwise notation to give the element with the blue box class a margin of 40 pixels and a step on left side, but only 20 pixels on its bottom and right side. Okay, same shit. Alright, let's use it for what? Blue box. Okay, let's go with that. Top. We need to give a top a margin of 40 pixels and a bottom 20 pixels. Okay, we have top, right, bottom, and left, right. Top, right, okay. Right has 20 pixels and bottom also has 20 pixels. It's exactly same as last time. I thought they'd have some sort of twist. Okay, even sad panda smiles. Do they know I don't smile? But I'm really feeling sick. That's why I'm not smiling. Actually, if you had watched my first stream, despite the nervousness, I was making kind of some jokes. Okay, I'm really sorry I'm in this condition. Okay, can someone suggest me some medicines at least? Oh boy. I took a corona test and sorry, COVID-19 test, maybe corona or COVID-19 test, and that's clear. All right. Let's move to the next line. Sorry, next challenge maybe. Okay. Basic CSS use the attribute selectors to style elements. But we didn't celebrate our 50%. Yay! Okay, you have been adding an ID or class attributes to the element that you wish to specifically style. These are known as IDs and class selectors. Oh, what? They said ID or class attributes, and these are known as ID and class selectors. There are other CSS selectors you can use to select custom groups of elements to style. Okay. Let's bring out the cat photo again to practice using CSS selectors. Okay. For this challenge, you'll use the attribute, I guess. ATTR is attribute equals value. Attribute selector to style the checkboxes in the cat photo. This selector matches and styles elements with the specific attribute value. For example, the below code changes the margins of all elements with the attribute equals to type, attribute type of radio, and a corresponding value of radio. Okay. I understand. Using the type attribute selector, try to give the checkboxes in cat photo at top margin of 10 pixels and the bottom margin of 15 pixels. Okay, so type attribute input of type equals to checkbox, right? Checkbox, and I need to give him a margin of, and you can use either double quotes or single quotes over here. Pretty much the convention. I think the convention is using single quotes, but I just when I was starting out, I used double quotes and I'm stuck with it. I'm planning on changing to single quotes and I'm trying the hard. So let's see what happens. So okay, top margin 10 pixels, top right is 0, and a bottom margin of 15 pixels. Okay, and another 0 pixels. And let's see how it looks. Well, it made look neat, I guess. And let's hit it. Okay, you are hitting it. You are heating up. Does it know I have fever? Hey, FREECODECAMP, are you a normal website or you have some sort of spy? Okay, Basic CSS, understand absolute versus relative units. Okay, the last several challenges are set on an element's margin or padding with pixels. Pixels are a type of a length unit, which is what tells the browser how to size a space an item. In addition to pixels, CSS has a number of different length unit options that you can use. The two main type of length units are absolute and relative. The absolute units tie to physical unit of length. For example, in and millimeter refers to the inches and millimeter. Whoa. Okay, and respectively, absolute length units approximate the actual measurements on a screen, but there are some differences depending on a screen's resolution. Okay, relative units such as EM or REN are relative to another length value. For example, EM is based on the size of the element's font. If you use it to set the font size property itself, it's relative to the parent font size. Okay, there are several relative unit options that are tied to the size of the viewport. They are covered in the responsive web design principle sections. Okay, add a padding property that allows element with the class red box and set it to 1.5 em. Okay, element's font, what is they called? I guess it's em only. Okay, to the red box, let's add a padding of 1.5 em. Right. Oh, that's actually a lot of padding, I guess. Like, I mean, like from 1.5 em, I don't expect that much. Oh, it's cool. And now let's start fresh and talk about CSS inheritance. Okay, every HTML page is a body element. Okay, we can prove that body element exists here by giving it a body background color of black. Okay, let's just say body of background color on black. Okay, and we got okay. So basic CSS inherent styles for the body element. Okay, now we have proven that every HTML page is a body element and that its body element can also be styled with CSS. Remember, you can style your body element just like any other HTML element, and all your elements will inherit your body element styles. First, create an H1 element inside hello world. Okay, let's just say H1 hello world. What? Hello world. Oh, oh well. This is where many beginnings happen. Okay. Then let's give all elements on your page the color of the green by adding color green to your body elements style declaration. Okay. Finally, give your body element the font of monospace by adding font family monospace to your body element style. Okay. First, let's give its color a green. Wow, that came. Let's just say font family of monospace. Okay. Monospace. Awesome. Storm that castle. Whoa. Alright, now sometimes the HTML elements will receive multiple elements that will conflict with each other. For example, your H1 element can't be both green and pink at the same time. Okay, let's see what happens when we create a class that makes text pink, then apply it to the element. Will your class override the body element's color colon green CSS property? Okay, let's look at it. Create a class called pink text and give an element of pink text. Okay, we need to say pink text and color colon pink. Alright, and give it a class of pink text. Work on the sunshine. Whoa, lol. Okay, basic CSS. Override styles and subsequent CSS. Our pink text class overrode our body element CSS declaration. We just proved that our classes will override the body element CSS. So the next logical question is, what can we do to override the pink text class? I actually know the answer. I guess you can use an ID probably, because in the last years they said like IDs are more powerful than the classes, not more important, not more powerful. Create an additional class that says blue text that gives an element called blue. Oh, this is interesting. Make sure it's your pink text class declaration. Apply the blue text class to h1 in addition to your pink text class, and let's see which one wins. Okay, applying multiple class attributes to h1 is done with a space between them like this. Okay, and it does not matter which other the classes are listed in the HTML element. Okay, how the order of class declaration in the style section is important. The second declaration will always take the precedence over the first. The blue text is declared second. It instead of the pink text. Oh, bummer, dudes. They don't we need to check, and we already told the answer. Now, what's the thrill in that? Oh boy. I wish FREECODECAMP didn't put it out there. Well, that's up to them. Alright. It gotta have more cowbell. Okay, okay. I didn't really understand that reference. Okay, basic CSS overriding using class declarations by styling ID attributes. Okay, we just prove that browsers read CSS from top to bottom in order of their declaration. That means that in the event of a conflict, the browser will use whichever CSS declaration came last. Notice that if we had even if put blue text before pink text in our H1 elements classes, we'll still look at the declaration order and not the order of their use. Okay, understand? So if we change this over here, and put it over here, it changes the text to pink. Okay, understand? So the order of declaration only matters, not the order over here. Okay, but we are not done yet. There are other ways that you can override the CSS. You remember the ID attributes. Okay, this is what I was speaking about in the last task. Let's override your pink text and blue text classes and make your H1 element orange by giving the H1 element an ID and then styling that ID. Okay, give H1 element the ID attribute of orange text. Remember, ID styles looks like H1 of ID is equals to orange text. Okay, do the blue text and pink text classes on your H1 element and create a CSS declaration of orange text ID in your style element. Okay, here's an example of what it looks like. Okay, so note that it doesn't matter whether you declare this in the CSS above or below the pink text class, since ID will always take our preference. Okay, okay. So we need to give the H1 orange text. Okay, let's just say orange text. Color column blue. Okay, color column blue. Alright. Okay, we need to say it. Sorry. ID equals to orange text. And I didn't work. Wait, did I do something wrong? Orange text and ID equals orange text. I think I did fine, but why isn't it working? Orange text, color column blue. Wait. Why isn't it working? Wait, what is happening? Orange text, color column blue. That's what they said over here. Okay, leave the blue text. Okay, okay. I mean, like, I did it right. I did it right. Let's remove and keep orange over here. Oh, that worked. Wait, what are we doing wrong over here? The H1 element should have any. Oh, sheesh. Oh, why did I give color blue over here? I mean, idiot or what? Okay, the world rejoices. Actually, the world suffers. Basic CSS. Override class declarations with inline style. So we have proven that ID declarations override class declarations regardless of where they are declared in your class style element CSS. There are other ways that you can override CSS. Do you remember inline styles? Okay. Use an inline style to try your H1 element white. Remember in inline styles look like this. H1 style equals to color column gain. Okay. Leave the blue text and pink text classes on your H1 element. So what do you make? We make our H1 look green. Style equals to color column green. And don't forget semicolon. Yeah, what white? Let's say white. Wait, why is it saying white? I think it's a bug. I don't know. Oh, white. Let's go to the next challenge. Basic CSS. Alright, let me just drink a bit of water. Still no viewers. Actually sucks. But it takes time to grow, right? Let's just see what happens. Alright, my battery is running low. Okay, and now it's plugged in. Yay! We just proved that inline style with order. Okay, but I'm coming. It seems interesting. Basic CSS. Override all other styles by saying important. Okay, cool. Yay! We just proved. Okay, I read that like a robot. Yay! We just proved that inline styles will override all the CSS declarations in your style element. Cool. But wait, there's one last way to override CSS. Oh, they're building up the attention. This is the most powerful method of all. But before we do it, let's talk about why you would ever want to override CSS. In many situations, you'll use CSS libraries. Okay, these may accidentally override your own CSS. So when you absolutely need to be sure that an element has specific CSS, you can use important. I guess the important is the call explanation symbol or the whole thing. Yes, whole thing. Let's go all the way back to our pink text class declaration. Remember that our pink text class was overridden by the subsequent class declarations, side declarations, and inline styles. Let's set the keyword important to your pink text elements, color declaration, and make 100% sure that your H1 element will be pink. Okay. So go here and let's say important. Damn, that works. Awesome. You're out of sight. Whoa. Alright, use hex code for specific colors. Okay, did you know there are other ways to represent colors in CSS? One of these ways is called hexadecimal code or hex code for short. Okay, we usually use decimals or base 10 numbers, which use the symbols of 0 to 9 for each digit. Hexadecimals are base 16 numbers. This means it uses 16 distinct symbols. Wow. Like decimals, there are 0 to 9 represents the value 0 to 9, then A, B, C, D, E, F represents the, okay, I understand, represent the value 10 to 15, altogether 0 to F can represent a digit in the hexadecimal, giving us 16 total possible values. You can find more information about hexadecimal numbers here. Okay, let's look at what is it. Okay, it's a Wikipedia page. In CSS, we use 6 hexadecimal digits to represent colors. 2 each for red, green, and blue components. Okay, so the first 2 are for red, and second 2 is for the green, and the third is for the blue. Okay, for example, hashtag 0000 is black. Okay, 6 zeros is black, and it's also the lowest possible value. You can find more information about RGB color system here. Okay, it's also a Wikipedia page. And body of color hashtag 000. Okay, instead of the replace the word black in an element's body background color using a hex code representation hashtag 000. Okay, it works. What happens when I do this? Okay, it doesn't work. Now it works. Okay, I want to really show you this. There's something called, if you type color picker over here, you get a cool tool in Google Chrome, which lets you pick any color you want, and you get the hex code over here, and the CMYK, RGB, and the HSV. These are all like the different types of how you specify colors in CSS, and it's cool. Cool to know if you're a developer. Alright, now let's run the test, and we got way cool. Okay, so basic CSS, use hex code to mix colors. To review hex code, use 6 hexadecimal digits to represent colors, 2 each for red, green, and blue components. Okay, from these 3 true colors, what's happening to my mouth? From these 3 true colors, from these 3 pure colors, red, green, and blue, we can vary the amounts of each to create 16 million other colors. Whoa, my laptop doesn't even support that many colors, I guess. My laptop's seen, I'm not meaning. I mean, the difference will be very subtle in my screen. Okay, for example, orange is pure red mixed with some green and no blue. In Xcode, this translates to hashtag FFA500. The digit is the lowest number in the Xcode and represents a complete absence of color. Digit F is the highest number in the Xcode and represents the maximal possible brightness. Replace the color words and the style with the correct text codes. Okay, so we need to replace all these colors. Okay, for the red text, what do we have? We have hashtag F of 0040. Okay, we understand, right? Because the first 2 numbers were red, and so F is the maximum number, so we set it to F and we get red. Those who don't understand, so if you have hashtag 000, let's just say if you have hashtag 0000, the first 2 number represents red. So if we set this to maximum, that is F, we'll get the red color. And we keep this as 0 and we change this 2 numbers as to F, we get green, RGB, right? So we change this to FF, we get green. And these 2 numbers, we get blue. I mean, you get the point, right? So, alright, let's just clear this. Oh boy, let's just hit back. Okay, thank God. Okay, so let's just say hashtag E. Okay, E not there. Sorry. Well, now only I explain, I'm not doing the same mistake. And 000. Okay, now let's change it to green text. I think the magic will work. Yeah, they have it over here. Hashtag F of 00. Okay, now the blue text. Hashtag 0000FF. Is it correct? Yeah, Dodger blue, but that's not exactly blue, it's Dodger blue, so we are wrong. So we need to do 1E90FF. Okay, that's Dodger blue. Okay, awesome. Foreign text and FFA. A blend of these colors gives 16 million other colors. Okay, that's actually cool. So let's just run the test on code. Okay, so we're at 75%, 25% is only remaining. Cheers. So let's move on. So basic CSS, use abbreviated text code. Many people feel overwhelmed by the possibilities of more than 16 million colors, and it's difficult to remember the hex code. Fortunately, you can shorten it. For examples, red's hex code F of 0 can be shortened to F00, and this shortened forms gives 1 digit for red and 1 digit for green and 1 digit for blue. Okay, cool. This reduces the total number of possible colors to around 4,000. The browser will still interpret after F000 and F00 exactly the same color. Go ahead and try using this abbreviated text code to correct the elements. Okay, so the red, we need to say F00. Fuchsia text. Okay, this is interesting, and we need to say F0F fuchsia. It's like pink color. Oh, it's called fuchsia, I guess. Sign. It's a sort of blue color, and it's good. No, it's not good. Sorry, but it's cool. Green text and 0F0. All right, let's run it. Yeah, keep calm and code on. Okay. Basic CSS. Use RGB values to corrupt color elements. Another way you can represent colors in CSS is by using RGB values. The RGB value for blacks looks like this. Okay, RGB of 0, 0, 0. Okay. The RGB value for whites looks like RGB of 25, 25, 25. Okay, instead of using 6 hexadecimal digit, like you do with the hex code, with RGB you can specify the brightness of your each color with a number of between 0 and 255. Cool, cool. If you do the math, the two digits for one color equals 16 times 16, which gives us 256 total values. Whoa, that's big. So RGB, which starts counting from 0, has the exact same number of possible values as the hex code. Okay. Here's an example of how would you change body background to orange using its RGB code. Okay, let's replace the hex code in our body element with the RGB value for black. Okay. So let's remove this and just say RGB of 0, 0, 0. And we got black color. Cool. So bingo. Alright. So here 80% code. Basic CSS. Use RGB to mix colors. Just like with Xcode, you can mix colors in RGB by using combination of different values. Okay. Replace Xcode in our style elements with the correct RGB values. Okay. So blue. Blue. So alright, let's start with red. Let's just say RGB of 255. Okay, 0, 255, 0, 0. It's same as the hex code. The first value represents the red, second value represents the blue, and the third value second value represents the green, and the third value represents the blue. Okay, so now let's look at Archie text. Okay, RGB. Okay, and Archie is 218, 112, 214. Awesome. So now for the CNR text. Okay. RGB of Sienna 160, 82, 45. Cool. Now the blue text. It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's easy. 0, 0, 255. Awesome. Now let's enter power level. It's all 9000. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Basic CSS. Whoa. They did this using CSS. Pretty awesome. Basic CSS. Use CSS variables to change several elements at once. CSS variables are a powerful way to change many CSS style properties at once by changing only one value. For the instructions below to see how changing just 3 values can change the styling of many elements. Okay, in the penguin class, change black value to gray. In the penguin class, change black value to gray. Okay, is this okay? Only change code to gray. Sorry. Okay, and gray to white. Okay. And yellow to orange. And mixed up the spelling of white. Yay! That really worked. How do they even do the penguin, man? That's really awesome. Unco. I'm not Unco, guys. You are. Okay, basic CSS. Create a custom CSS variable. To create a CSS variable, you need to give it a name with the 2 hyphens in the front of it and assign a value like this. Okay. Hyphen penguin screen colon gray. Okay, this will create a CSS variable named penguin skin and assign it to the value of gray. Okay, now you can use that variable elsewhere in your CSS to change the value of the elements to gray. Okay, in penguin class, create a variable name of penguin skin and assign it a value of gray. Okay, let's just say penguin skin on gray. Okay, okay. This is expand the penguin and just simple semicolon made it work. Woo. Yeah, got guts. I hope so. Basic CSS using a custom CSS variable. After you create your variable, you can assign it to other. Oh, let's move on this. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, now. Oh boy, what happened to my voice? Now, basic CSS. Use a custom CSS variable. After you create your variable, you can assign it to values to other CSS to other CSS properties by referencing the name you give it. Okay, so background of variable of penguin skin. Okay, this will change the background of whatever element you are targeting to gray, because this is the value of penguin skin. No, the styles will not be applied unless the variable names are in exact match. Okay, apply the penguin skin variable to the background property. After penguin top, penguin bottom, right hand and left hand plus. Okay, so let's change this. So we have to change this to variable of hyphen penguin skin. Alright, that one. And next we move on to penguin top, I guess. Okay, penguin bottom. We have penguin bottom over here, and let's just change it to have a penguin skin. Cool. Alright, and we have it over here. Where of penguin skin. Okay, cool. And there we go. Where of pin. Okay, you need to keep the double hyphen over here. Penguin skin. Okay, and that worked. Yeah, off the charts. Alright, so basic CSS. Attach a fallback value to a CSS variable. When using your variable as a CSS property value, you can attach a fallback that your browser will revert to if the given variable is invalid. Okay. This fallback method is not used to increase the browser capability and will not work in IE browsers. Rather, it is used so that the browser has a color to display if it cannot find your variable. Here's how you do it. Okay, background of variable of hyphen penguin screen and black. Okay, this will send the background black if your variable wasn't set. Note that this can be useful for debugging. It looks like there is a problem with the variables applied to the penguin top, penguin bottom classes. Rather than fixing the typo of the value of black, okay, value of black to the background property. Okay, add a fallback to the black, the background property of the penguin top and penguin bottom classes. Okay, let's just say black. And to the penguin bottom, let's just say black. Okay, that worked. One loop to rule them all. Wow. I don't see a use case for this now. But let's see what happens in the future. Basic CSS. Improve compatibility with browser fallbacks. Okay. When working with CSS, you will likely run into browser compatibility issues at some point. This is why it's important to provide browser fallbacks to avoid potential problems. Okay. When your browser passes the CSS of a web page, it ignores any properties that it does not recognize or support. For example, if you use a CSS variable to assign a background color on a site, Internet Explorer will ignore the background color because it does not support CSS variables. Whoa. And I guess Internet Explorer is done now, so we need to worry about Internet Explorer a lot because it does not support CSS variables. In that case, the browser will use whatever value it has for the property. If it can't find any other value set for that property, it will revert to the default value, which is typically not ideal. Okay. This means that if you don't want to provide a browser fallback, it's as easy as providing another more widely supported value immediately before your declaration. That way, an old browser will have something to fall back on, while a newer browser will just interpret whatever the declaration comes later in the cascade. Okay. It looks like the variable is being used to set the background color of the red box class. Let's improve our browser compatibility by adding another background declaration right before the existing declaration and set its value to red. Okay. Now we have to say here background color for red, and this improves browser compatibility. Okay, I understand. Okay. So what's the problem? Your red box rule should include a fallback line within the background text set to immediately red before the existing background declaration. I mean, right, that's what I did, right? Background. Okay, I need to remove the variable color, I guess. Yeah, that worked. Checkmate. Whoa. Alright, basic CSS. Inherit CSS variables. When you create variables, it is available for you to inside the character in which you create. It is also available in any of the character's descendants. This happens because CSS variables are inherited. CSS variables are inherited just like the ordinary properties. To make use of the inheritance, CSS variables are often defined inside the root element. Root is a pseudo class character that matches the root element of the document, usually the HTML element. By creating your variables in the root, they will be available globally and can be accessed from any other character in the style sheet. Okay, define a variable as penguin belly in the root section and give it a value of pink. Okay, penguin belly. That's actually awkward when I say it out loud. Pink and okay. Okay, that just changed the background. Yeah. Okay, at 95%. Cool. So basic CSS, change a variable for a specific area. When you create your variables in the root, they will set a value of that variable for the whole page. You can override these variables by setting them again with a specific element. Wow, cool, cool. Change the value of penguin belly to white in the penguin class. Okay. Penguin belly. Oh, sorry. Penguin belly. White. Alright, that worked. That worked just fine. And let's hit Control press Enter. Yes, looking at your code. Okay, I think this must be last test. Okay, media queries. It's awesome. Basic CSS. Whoa, that's an animation right there. That's awesome. Basic CSS. Using a media query to change a variable. CSS variables can simplify the way you use media queries. For instance, when you free an explorer or other than your media query breakpoint, you can change the value of a variable and it will apply its style everywhere when it's used. Wherever it's used, sorry. In the root selector of the media query, change it so the hyphen effect penguin size is redefined when a value of and given a value of 200 pixels. Also redefine the penguin size and give it a value of black. Why did why? Okay, so we are redefining based on the width of the screens. Okay, let's just say penguin size is changing it to 100 pixels instead of 300 pixels. Okay, did it work? No. I think we need to reduce our score a little bit. Penguin skin from black. Did it work? Okay, let's just reduce it and check. Yeah, it worked. Ooh. And the animation works still fine. Whoa, that's actually pretty awesome. Right, let's just check how the animation works. Whoa. There are a lot of things that are going on over here. Wow, a lot of animation stuff. That's actually awesome. I think that's pretty simple for advanced developers. But it's a pretty good thing for me because I'm always attracted to CSS animations because they're so lightweight than the JavaScript ones. I guess that's true. Does anyone want to correct me? Please do it so. Alright, let's hit Control plus Enter. Alright, we did something wrong. So, okay, instead of we need to set 200 pixels. Alright, now let's check it. Yeah, that's fine. That's doing fine actually. Okay, now let's hit Control plus Enter. Okay, we did do black, right? Penguin skin of black. Okay, what is it? Should reassign the variable to black. Penguin skin of black. Okay. Does it work? No, root should reassign. Wait. We need to change the line below this code only. I'm sorry for going off that. Penguin skin of black. What's wrong? So why not penguin skin of black, right? Scott spelling is correct. Okay, the semicolon. Oh boy. What sorcery is this? Alright, 100%. Yes, we did it. I told you, FREECODECAMP, I'll donate you. I'm sure I'll donate you when I get the money. I have 0 views, man. I'm not even making a living. Okay, introduction to applied visual design challenges. This is for the next stream. So visual design and web development is a broad topic. It combines with typography, color theory, blah blah blah. Okay, some interesting stuff. Box shadow. Oh yeah, a lot of animated stuff. It's going to be awesome in the next stream. And I guess, is there any viewers who want to talk with me or chat with me? Well, now will be the time. I'm seeing 0 chats show here. Let me just refresh once again to make sure that there are no chats. Okay. So it's actually hurting when I say it out loud that I'm gonna refresh so that there are no chats. Alright, so there's no one, I guess. Cool, I'm gonna keep doing it. Let's just hope what happens. I actually posted this on an Instagram page which has 10,000 followers and I got no one. That's what pains me the most because I don't know what to do, man. I don't know how. I'm not a great marketing guy. So if you want to suggest any tips, anyone who's watching this video, ping me in my email. It's in the description below. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and good night and have a great night. And for those of in India and who watch, not only those of you in India who watch IPL, had about one today. And if you're a Bangalore supporter, I'm really sorry. And think about me, man. I'm a Chennai Super Kings supporter and I hail from Tamil Nadu. So it really hurts, man. So good luck, but it was a good league. It was actually pretty tough. So good luck and bye.